Hello, this is Edwin Dearborn, another edition of and coming to you about how to build your brand. And today's question is, how long does it take to build your powerful brand? Edwin Dearborn here, another edition of Growth Driven, and I want to talk to you about, this is a problem that most business people just cannot wrap their wits around, and it is the estimation of effort. The estimation of effort. How long does it take to build a powerful brand? I'm not talking about how long does it take to get some responses to your ads on Facebook. That's a whole other topic that we will talk about. What I'm talking about is building a powerful brand, not just building a brand, not getting your logo right and your website done. I'm talking about building a powerful brand, a brand that sustains and is profitable and remains in business through good times and bad. If you had a powerful brand in 2020, you stayed in business. If you did not have a powerful brand, short of being arrested for opening your business, you did not have a powerful brand. So the question remains, well, what does it take to get there? What is the actual amount of time? And I don't want to just constrict it to the arbitrary of time, but but time is a factor. You've got to do all the right things consistently to build a powerful brand, what I call a power brand in my book, Power Brand Secrets, that I wrote about 5 years ago. See, there's brands that come and go. According to Forbes, half of businesses started today will not make it to their 5th year. Okay, so if 10,000 businesses start in the Las Vegas area today, by 2026, half of them will not be around. So we could say that half of those businesses obviously had a lack of planning or a proper estimation of effort to stay in business. Now, if we were to survey the other 50% that did stay in business, how many of them are building powerful profits? How many of them are enjoying being in business? And I don't know what the exact number is, but I can tell you probably 90% of those are just getting by. So we could safely assume, or at least I could say this, safely assume, based on my experience, that about 5% of the businesses 5 years from now that are started will be powerful enough where they're profitable, they're stable, they can weather the storms, and not only that, they're organized and they're fun to work with. And they're fun to work in. And if you can find a highly profitable brand that's been around for a long time, that's doing a lot of things right, that's fun to work in, that's an exceptional business. And that's what I'm saying here by building a powerful brand. Well, there's a lot of things you got to do internally correctly. You've got to service people. You've got to deliver the goods. So if you make hamburgers, you deliver good enough hamburgers that people buy. They can go in and out. They buy them. Take a look at In and Out. You get in, you get out. Like they said, the line's a little long, but the burgers are good. The quality is good. Their menu item is not that large. It's hamburgers, fries, shakes, and drinks. And that's about it. How long did it take In and Out to become the preeminent leader in burgers in their area? It took them decades. Now, the reason why I bring this up is I've had several conversations with some business people that get going for their very first time seriously with social media, email marketing, and content marketing. Up to this point, they've been surviving on word of mouth, referrals, and maybe some old school methods that still work, postcards, things like that. Nothing wrong with postcards. I know the CEO of Postcard Mania, and she's crushing it with postcards. So nothing wrong with postcards. But if you look at today's environment, people are stuck on their mobile devices and laptops. They're going to Yelp, they're going to Google to find businesses. I think 90% of Americans, when they're looking for a small business in the area, go to Google. 90%. That means if you don't have good reviews on Google, you don't have a website that's being found, you're literally losing out on 90% of the opportunity. So, what is the estimation of effort to rank that website, to build those reviews, to retarget them with great content, to put them in a database, to actually run a CRM, to come up with creatives, quote cards and videos and infographics to really rise above the noise? Because once you're able to deliver what you do, whether you're a business coach, a dentist, a bookkeeper, or whatever, and you're good at what you do, now the question remains, well, how big do you want to scale your operation? And then what is the estimation of effort to scale that operation? I know people that go to 10X conferences. I've met many of them. And they go, woohoo, I made a decision to 10X. And then you sit down with them and they have a 1X estimation of effort. So they got a 10X dream, but in reality, their execution, their processes is maybe a 1X. They'll just barely expand. They'll barely grow. So what is the proper estimation of effort? And I've had several conversations, particularly with two business people in the last 48 hours who, Edwin, I've been doing this email marketing and social media for 3 months and I don't see any results. And both of them, I told at the beginning of working with them, I asked them very upfront, because if you know me, I'm extremely direct. And I said to them, how long, before I start with you, and I ask this of everybody that I work with now, this is just one of my leading questions. How long do you really believe that it takes to build an epic, powerful brand? You tell me, based on your observation, your reality, your concept of the world that we live in. You tell me how long it takes. And they go, well, I don't know, 3 to 5 years. I said, right. At least. And that's 3 to 5 years of doing all the things correctly and consistently. Talk to any successful business. I beg of you, I challenge you to interview 10 really successful individuals like I have for the books that I'm writing, to sit down and really delve into their mind, into their life, into their thinking, their philosophy, their past efforts. One of my really, really good friends told me one time, who's now a multimillionaire, he said, the first 7 years of my business that made me into a multimillionaire, the first 7 years were touch and go. But I believed in what I was doing. And then finally, after year 7 of working 12 hours a day, building teams, educating teams, working out the processes, I finally became a multimillionaire. But it took 7 years. Now, I'm not saying that's how long it's going to take you or anybody else to become a multimillionaire. But what I am pointing out to you is the estimation of effort is grossly misunderstood by the vast majority of people that I talk to. Yesterday, I posted something on Facebook, and I said 95% of the people in business should have never been in business. They should have never started their business. This is why, according to Forbes, half of them don't even make it to year 5. I think 90% of them don't even make it to year 10. The mortality rate for small incredibly high. Why? a misestimation of effort. They miss the amount of effort to recruit the right people, to train the right people, to find the right niches to market to do the right marketing, to create enough content, to create enough of a database, to put in the proper processes and procedures and policies and programs to actually make it a go. And so I told these two people after 2 or 3 months of doing their marketing, hey, I'm not, I said, you know what? You don't get it. Sorry, I understand that you're working with me, but you, yes, you have a gross misestimation of effort. And I understand you're feeling some pain at the moment, but I don't care if it's a country, a business, a marriage, anything. You want to build it into something extremely powerful. It's going to take years of a lot of hard work on a daily and hourly basis. And that's just a fact, Jack. Look, if you're going to start a business, nothing can be more exciting if you do it right. I love being an entrepreneur. I love being a small business owner. I love being a board member. I love it. It's exciting. It's intriguing. But I also believe that I have the proper estimation of effort of what it takes. It takes the daily discipline, the hourly discipline of doing things right, the follow-up, the service, the delivery, the marketing, the amount of content. I mean, I started this show, Growth Driven, about 3 to 4 months ago. And I told my partners that I'm doing it with, I said, I intend to interview 300 business leaders over the next 3 years as a minimum, on top of maybe doing another 300 videos myself. And I'm going to grow to my email list and my followers up to 30,000. And I'm going to ping them 15 times a day through automation on LinkedIn, 15 times a day. So I've already considered over the next 3 years interviewing 300 other individuals, creating 600 pieces of content, podcasts, videos, infographics, free books, and then distribute that 15 times a day on LinkedIn for the next 3 years to build my personal brand. And I think I have the proper estimation of effort. I may have to increase it. I may have to double down on it. That is what wins wars. That is what builds countries. That is what builds businesses. And that is what builds brands. A proper estimation of effort to the game. Anything short of that, you're fooling yourself. I'm not fooling you. You're fooling yourself if you think that it's anything less. If you're looking for quick results and get rich quick, then I have got some beachfront property in Arizona that I would love to sell to you. Because if you're going to buy the get rich quick schemes, then you are a fool. And it's time to get real about business, especially now with all the BS that's going around, with all the craziness, with lockdowns, and you can only have 25% capacity, and you can only do Zoom calls, and all this other craziness in business. If there ever was a point to really sit down and determine the estimation of effort, it is 2021. Love to work with you. Hope this has provided some great insight for you. We will talk soon again, and thank you so much for joining me here on Growth Driven. Bye-bye.